With its announcement about the use of XRP, the US Federal Reserve recently grabbed news. The possible integration of RippleNet for payment processing has been emphasized by St. Louis Federal Reserve Branch Senior Vice President David Andela. In particular, it has been highlighted that RippleNet depends on XRP to act as a facilitator for these transactions. In direct quotation from David Andela, the Fed may delegate settlement obligations to a third party, like Ripple. If this development comes to pass, XRP's value is expected to rise significantly, possibly hitting $10,000. It's also critical to remember that the Federal Reserve's action is not unexpected. The Federal Reserve acknowledged the potential role of XRP and XLM in improving the blockchain component of their FedNow payment service in an official announcement a few weeks ago, or maybe a month ago. The focus is on Ripple, which is renowned for its open-source financial transaction technology and creative cross-border payment solutions. The FedNow Payment Services incorporation of Ripple's technology is expected to have a significant role in propelling XRS value to previously unheard-of levels. Greetings from the Crypto Insights family, your go-to resource for anything XRP. Before we get started, please give me a hearty like, hit subscribe, and turn on notifications to become a part of our community. Let's get right to today's subject. Our attention is on the Federal Reserve's partnership with Ripple, which was formally disclosed on the federalreserve.gov website. Ripple is recognized as a significant actor in collaboration with the Federal Reserve for Payment Solutions in the first section of the report, the U.S. Path to Faster Payments, titled the Faster Payment Task Force Approach. The capacity of Ripple to enable real-time international payments, which typically take 2 to 4 days, with little tracking and pricing transparency, is particularly highlighted in the paper. Ripple transforms this by providing quick settlement and full visibility into fees and payment status. Next, we learn that Ripple and the Fed have expanded their partnership to cover domestic payments. Viewers can pause and read the copious documentation that supports this. A significant section of the study highlights how central institutions such as the Federal Reserve, the Bank of England, and the Saudi Arabian Monetary Authority have partnered with Ripple to improve their domestic payment systems. The report's discussion of Ripple Labs' innovation at the core level of payment processing, with an emphasis on providing a free real-time settlement infrastructure internationally, is another intriguing feature. It shows that the Federal Reserve intends to embrace and put into use Ripple's decentralized peer-to-peer settlement mechanism, which is expected to replace current fund transfer technologies. Looking back a year or so, there were early signs of this trend. During a Federal Reserve story on Fox News about investigating a digital U.S. currency, the Ripple logo was prominently highlighted. In addition, organizations including as the Federal Reserve Board, the Bank of International Settlements, BIS, the International Monetary Fund, and the IMF have indicated their interest in Ripple's technology by adding it to their list of Shadows partners. It is clear from delving deeper into the fascinating realm of international banking that a sizable amount of the world's wealth is managed by the Bank of International Settlements, or BISF. It is noteworthy that Ripple has entered this field. Jess Chan, a senior lawyer at the Frederickshire Board of Governors, is quoted in a statement from the Department of the Interior. According to reports, Jess, a former deputy general counsel of Ripple, is leading this effort. There's a lot to digest here, and it's all really related for those who are interested in the specifics. However, that is only the beginning. Many of you may be surprised by what I'm going to disclose. The Federal Reserve recently warned that rising interest rates and pressure on real estate could cause bank losses. It's interesting to note that they have been talking about this with a number of partners since early March. Furthermore, it appears that XRP will be adopted by the EU's BRICS. By using the XRP ledger to manage wealth transfers, the European Union has even hinted that XRP will serve as the basis for the future digital Europe. This assertion is supported by numerous reports that indicate an impending spike in the value of XRP. According to a top analyst, it will rise to $5.50 in the near future and could eventually hit $10,000 as it becomes more popular worldwide. Ripple co-founder Arthur Brito is credited with this realization. As we watch the video, it becomes evident that the story of XRP is changing quickly and transcending the SACV Ripple controversy. We are currently witnessing the BRICS countries firmly choose to work with Ripple to create their central bank digital currency on the XRP ledger. According to breaking news, this BRICS-backed central bank digital money is expected to be a major international financial tool. Additionally, there is proof of Ripple's vast network in every BRICS country, which we will examine in more depth. Let's begin our adventure in Brazil, where a revolutionary event has taken place. Brazil has introduced a groundbreaking cryptocurrency on-demand liquidity service in collaboration with Ripple. The financial technology landscape in the nation has advanced significantly as a result of this project. After that, we focus on Russia. Numerous documents demonstrate President Putin's deliberate decision to diversify away from the US dollar and the petrodollar. SWIFT's decision to remove Russia from its payment system has resulted in a noticeable shift in favor of Ripple Lab. To create a Russian central bank digital currency, CBDC, on the XRP ledger is the aim. This action takes advantage of the decentralized nature of the XRP ledger in addition to circumventing the SWIFT prohibition, guaranteeing Russia's continuous involvement in international finance. Turning our attention to India, we discover that Ripple is leading yet another important project, driving the country's ambitious digital rupee initiative. This effort, which is supported by technology from Ripple Labs, marks a significant advancement in India's quest for a full global CBDC. The tale doesn't stop there, though. China has also joined the battle, working with Ripple to gain traction in the field of digital currencies issued by central banks. This collaboration represents Ripple's growing clout in the world of finance. The story is the same throughout Africa. The increasing significance of CBCs on the XRP ledger throughout the continent is highlighted in the 2022 African Blockchain Report. According to the research, more than a dozen African nations, including South Africa, have included XRP and Ripple into their payment processing systems. The ledger's growing significance in Africa's financial ecosystem is demonstrated by its broad adoption. Lastly, XRP was listed as a top digital asset for payment services in a recent BRICS report. The BRICS support solidifies XRP's standing as a major force in the digital currency space. Predictions for XRP's price have increased in response to recent events, and some of the more noteworthy ones have caught our notice. Naturally, thorough investigation is prompted when prominent financial experts publicly forecast that XRP will trade at $500. Our research pointed us in the direction of Chatch, a well-known AI bot. 4 cryptocurrencies, XRP, Ripple, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Cardano, were singled out by this AI as having the potential to grow by an astounding 100,000% by 2024. Given the viewpoint of Arthur Brito, a co-founder of Ripple, such a pricing threshold for XRP shouldn't be shocking. He sees XRP hitting 18,000, which he thinks was the exact amount it was intended to reach. Berto also highlights XRP's scalability, stating that it can meet the expected $7.5 billion in